Lazy people do a little work and think they should be winning. But winners work as hard as possible and still worry if they're being lazy.
What's going on? Let's get it, man. We're out here at Lab.
Bro?
It's the Lab Podcast. We got a special guest. We got a special person out here representing the North Bay.
Surely.
How you doing, man? How you doing?
Good,
Introduce yourself. Let people know who you are.
For sure. Before I tell them, I appreciate you for having me. I go by the name of Nemz, for those who don't know. On every platform, it's Nemz, WHONEMZ. I'm an artist coming out here to 707, you know what I mean, Sonoma County. And yeah, man, I'm just trying to push this music out and provide a platform for, you know, a lot of people that come out this way, because not a lot of artists from our section, I feel like, really get that shine. So we kind of just breaking through barriers, you know what I mean? That's the mission.
I think that's the North Bay, and that's why I see, you know, that's the reason also I got interested in doing this podcast, because it's like, man, there's a lot of artists out here.
Yeah,
there's a lot of talent.
For sure, man. There's too much of it. I feel like this is just crazy. Like we need somebody to knock them doors down for all the artists out here.
Man, but you're pushing it. You're definitely pushing that door.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I try my best to. You know what I mean? I feel like in this music game nowadays, it's just at least the independent game. You know what I mean? Like, because if you got the record labels, you know, it's a lot easier for artists to wiggle around and create opportunities. You know, they give you opportunities at record labels, but as an independent, you kind of have to like make those opportunities, and you kind of just have to, like, I feel like, just go out your way and just go after it. You know what I mean? But
push that door.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. But I gotta say, where exactly on the North Bay you're from? Because I know one time I commented about Santa Rosa, and you're like,
for sure,
man, I love Santa Rosa, but that's not my home.
Yeah, for sure. No. And I get that all the time. Like, a lot of people think I'm from Santa Rosa.
Yeah.
I actually was born in Santa Rosa.
Okay,
you know, so I grew up, like, the first 10 years of my life was in Santa Rosa. I was staying off there, West 9.
Okay.
I lived literally off West 9 for like first 10 years of my life. And then like middle school, actually not really, I ain't even gonna, like, around middle school, like grade is when I moved, because I always went to school in Roanoke Park. I never even went to school in Santa Rosa.
Yeah. I'd
always, like, my parents, they didn't want me to be in schools out here type shit, because like when I was growing up, like that whole 2000s era, like the gang banging was crazy and shit, especially on West 9. You know what I mean? Like literally, I would like hear gunshots type shit, around around those times. You know what I mean? Like it ain't even like that no more. I feel like, or at least not that I know of, but like that's how it was at least growing up. Like literally, always like homeless people always trying to like come in the crib type shit, cause like literally, if you from Santa Rosa, my grandma, she don't live there no more, but the house we all grew up in, we was at grandma's crib, you know what I mean? And we stayed on like, it's that West 9 and what is that other street it intersects with? I want to say it's you know where the old G&G used to be at? It's like Safeway now, I think.
Yeah.
But I forget that street right there, but it was like West 9 and that street type shit, and like point blank, there's just always shit happening, bro.
That was just
like it was so hot, like being around there, like, you know, like motherfuckers was tagging, like motherfuckers was, you know, a couple times they tried to break in my grandma's crib, and her crib was like right behind the park type shit, like motherfuckers was always coming through and tagging our walls and shit, like it was crazy. But like point blank, just seeing my parents obviously, you know, just recognize the environment we in, you know, we weren't in the best one, and Roanoke Park, you would just see the difference, you know what I mean? So like definitely like growing up and shit, I feel like if I was like in Rosa and around here, like I definitely feel like I would have been like different type shit.
You would have leaned into that side of the,
I mean, because all my cousins was already like banging and shit, you know, and I wasn't like, I'd be around my cousins and shit, but since like all my cousins was out of school out here and just shit like that, like I'd only see them at like fan parties and shit that, you know. But like I have cousins from like both sides that was like heavy into that, and I feel like as a youngin' I was just kind of like smart on just seeing how that affected, you know, my family members, you know what I mean? Just seeing the family and like seeing like, damn, like the street shit could really tear a fucking home apart, you know what I mean? And like you know, luckily I've always had my both parents in the picture type shit. And like, you know, my pops, that dude's like my best friend for real. And like, he just laced me up with hella game to a point where I feel like it was one of those things where it's like a simple quote, like as in like when you know better, you would do better. You know what I mean? And I've always just thought about that quote, like, man, for real, like a lot of times we do know better and we just be stubborn. You know what I mean? Like it's like when a motherfucker knows that like a teapot be hot as fuck, and but you still gonna touch it. You know what I mean? Like curiosity kills the motherfucking cat, and like sometimes it's just better to not even, you know, like not wanting to find out how shit plays out. Like sometimes it's better to just like not, like, you know what I mean? Like, cause a lot of people, like, especially like in the streets, I feel like a lot of people turn to the streets because exactly, you know, there's no love in the home and shit like that.
I think that's a big thing.
You know, so people go to the streets and like that's where they feel wanted at. You know what I mean? And they feel like that's where they're comfortable at. And that's, you know, some people meet family in the streets that, you know, it's more family to them than their own family. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they got
so
that.
Like, I definitely see all that, and it's just, I feel like I've always just been very level-headed, and I've always just had a lot of just game, bro. Just game. And like, you know, it's crazy because motherfuckers gonna be, you know, probably motherfuckers watching this gonna be like, damn, this motherfucker is square. No, it's not that. I've literally been around like all this shit, you know what I mean? But it's just like I said, that quote, that shit really stuck with me my whole life. Like, bro, I really know better, so I'm finna do better. And I'm always talking about wanting to grow and wanting to, you know, be something big in my life. And when I look back at all this shit, I want to stand for something. I want to leave an impact. You know what I mean? And I feel like to do that, you gotta just stand on shit and just kind of like, you can't make excuses. You know what I mean? And like, I feel like a lot of people will always blame like their own self problems on why they ain't reaching where they want to be. And you know what I mean? Like there's just problems and shit, and it's just like at the end of the day, man, like, you know, like you your own your own worst enemy when it comes down to it, because you could do anything for real if you put your mind to it. Like the mind is powerful, bro.
Not a lot of people listen to that quote. Not a lot of people listen to that.
You know what I mean? So it's like I'm a very like, I gotta practice when I'm preaching and shit. Like I gotta like, cause I don't be comfortable in my own skin if I'm not. You know what I mean? So it's just like I stand on that. Like I gotta do whatever I can to just, you know, cause then I feel like my whole life gonna be like a whole big old lie. You know what I mean? Like
you're not trying to be something.
Like when I wake up, I'm thinking like, damn, like, okay, what I need to do today. Like, you know, when it comes to the music, cause like the music shit for me, like ever since youngin', like, you know, I come from Latino culture. You know what I mean? So growing up, you know, music was big in the household. Like my whole family loves music, from like my mom, and like she's from Mexico City, Distrito Federal. You know what I mean? Chilanga and shit. You know what I mean? So like growing up, like, you know, she cleaning around the crib and all I'm hearing is fucking salsa, cumbias, fucking, you know what I mean, like Spanish rock, like El Tri and shit like that. You know what I mean? And then like on my dad's side, you know, he was he's from Pachuca, so they, you know, they slap like the banda and shit like that. And like when he was growing up, he was telling me like, when, you know, when they would go to like dances and shit like that and events, you know, social events out in Mexico, whatever, turning up on bullshit basically is what he was saying. But like they were fucking with like high energy club music, like damn near it remind, when I would listen to the shit he be slapping, I'm like, damn, this that Scarface music, like this that, like, you know what I mean, like club, like super back in the day Miami Vice type vibes, you know what I mean, like just a do type shit, and type, like hella techno and shit, like EDM before EDM was a thing type shit. And yeah, bro, like literally it was crazy because I'm that kind of person where if I hear something enough times, it's just by nature I'm like remembering lyrics, beats, melodies, you know what I mean? So as I got older in life, you know, like I always enjoyed listening to the music, but it's crazy, I never even got into rap until like I mean, like me making music, like really rapping, I didn't even start until like for real took it serious like junior year getting into senior year. Like I would be rapping with the homies and just doing that shit for fun, you know, but I didn't really take it serious up until the point shout out Avi, man. He's a dope friend of mine that I you know, he's my friend now type shit. I have a dope relationship with dude, but like back then in the time frame I'm talking about, like in high school, I didn't even know who he was. I just knew him as the rapper from my city who's really making noise right now. You know what I mean?
You guys on the same high school, or?
He went to the same high school as me, but he was older,
okay,
so he graduated way
out.
Before I got into Rancho.
Okay.
Rancho Catati High School Cougars, you know what I mean? Shout out Rancho, you know what I mean? But point blank, I was so like in my high school era, I was really into hip hop, right? Obviously, you know, all my friends, all the homies and shit, like they slapping, you know. Around that time, it was
what
like
were you listening on that time?
Yeah, like it was like the HBK movement.
Oh, okay.
It was like super like on some personal shit myself. Like I was slapping like Drake.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like Wayne.
Okay.
50 Cent. Shit. Like a lot. I was slapping like a lot of like different shit. Mainly I was slapping the LA underground scene.
Okay.
So like it's crazy, like Reverie, you know, I was slapping Fora, Self Provoked, the Isoposes, the just underground LA artists that not a lot of people even knew.
Right,
so
yeah,
it's crazy because
not a
like,
lot of people know these people.
Yeah, like I literally put my homies on like in high school to like this music, and they're like, oh, this shit dope, and I'm like, hell yeah. Like what I really liked about most of that is like most of those rappers I listed, I mean not all of them, but most of them was like on tagging shit. And like around those times, like my cousins was tagging. I had a lot of homies that was into graffiti and shit, so like I was drawn to it, you know what I mean? Like I found it dope that outside from their music, they're graphing shit, and like in their cover arts, they would like that'd be their cover art, like they're doing graffiti. Yeah, like, and I've always thought that shit was hella dope. And point blank though, like, you know, I seen how me listening to all those different kinds of like styles of music and just kind of putting my ear into the streets, not just here, because like if your ear was to the streets here, you was off of like, for real, like HBK was just dominating the whole Bay Area scene around those times, in my opinion. You know what I mean? But other than that, like, you know, you had you feel me, Too Short, Mr. Fabs, and you know what I mean, E40s.
I don't think they ever been out of style.
Yeah, I'm saying like they, but you know that's what everyone's lit. Like Mike Sherm was popping around those times too with the Asshole record, all that shit. But like my ear was into LA for some reason. I just wasn't like don't get me wrong, like I love the Bay Area, but me personally, like I was slapping the LA scene way harder. And so point blank, back to how I even got into the music. My bad, I steered away for a little bit. Good. But I seen that Avi was in a cypher. So he was like in a movement called Team Backpack. And every year, annually, they would throw an event in LA where you would submit a video of you rapping over like beats that they provided. And if they liked your submission, they would send you a personal invite to go to LA and perform in front of a live crowd and be a part of the cypher and whatnot.
Okay, yeah. And
I had submitted a video online. This is like my senior year. This gotta be 2016. And yeah, they shot me an invite in my email, and I remember my homie, shout out my homie Trey. My homie Trey and my homie David, who at the time I was really close with, I hit them up like super juiced about it, and I was like, bro, Team Backpack just hit me back. Like to me, this shit feels like I just won the Super Bowl or something, bro. Like, cause it was like, to me, it was like I knew it was like my one shot at some recognition, cause to me this was like, okay, yeah, like rappers, you know, doing shit in their city and shit, but once you have opportunities outside of your city to showcase and do some shit in front of like big crowds and shit like that, I was like, oh yeah, like we gotta take it on one, you know? And it's cool if I spark up, right?
Yeah, go ahead, man.
All right, man. Shout out Tank. But
call the plug.
But you know, so I got the invite, hella juice, telling my homies about it. And at this time, you gotta think, like, I'm not even 18 yet. Like, I'm like 17, I think. And I don't have my L's. This is all the way in LA. So, you know, it was either booking flights and we out there, or, you know, find somebody that's gonna drive us and shit, you know? And I remember looking at the flights, and for some reason they were just dumb expensive. And it was crazy because, so when I submitted for this video, right, like, I never thought I was gonna get hit up. And I was just a naive, like, teenager. Like, I didn't keep up on emails and shit like that. Like, literally, I would have never found out if, I forgot what it was, but, like, for school, I had to send the teacher, like some email type shit. I never even checked my email. So they've been hit me with that invite, but by the time I'm finding out, it's like a week left up until that event.
Oh, shit.
Because I didn't even think I was going to get picked, bro. I ain't going to lie. Like, I wasn't really, like, I thought I was good at rapping and shit, but, like, I wasn't, like, expecting to, you know what I mean? Like, I always had low expectations.
So you didn't have that confidence, like, okay, I'm
nah, hell no. I was not. I mean, I was, you know, I was with the homies, I'm confident, but, like, I didn't think it was going to be, like, what it was, you know? So there's, like, a week left, and, I'm telling my homies hella juice, right? But then I realized, I'm like, how the fuck we gonna get there?
Oh, shit.
So literally, we looking at flights and shit, dumbass expensive. And point blank, like, I'm even stressing about how the fuck we even gonna get to that. Like, you know, about everything and shit. Like, my fam's always been supportive and shit, you know what I mean? But, like, it was crazy because, like, I feel like they really try to, like, it's not that they didn't like rap, but they knew what that shit was. Okay. You know what I mean? And, like, all my cousins were rappers, but they were gangbanging. So, like, they're just like, like, you want some, like, you know.
You're talking about your parents. Like, your parents felt some type of way about it.
Yeah, at first. You know what I mean? Because it did take, like, a bit of time, you know, obviously, like, as you grow up, like, you know, just, parents just gonna be parents. They always gonna trip. You know, at least if they care about you, you know what I mean? But, like, point blank, so that shit happened, and I'm literally, like, telling my dad, because, like I said, like, me and him always been, like, hella cool, like, we're hella close. And I told him straight up, I'm like, bro, you don't take me, like, I don't, like, you feel me? Like, I made him feel guilty, like, I ain't gonna lie. Like, I was like, bro, you don't take me, like, you don't support my dreams and shit, like, straight up. And, like, you know, like, I didn't mean to guilt trip him like that, but I feel like it was necessary. Like, I told him, like, I was like, bro, if you don't take me for real, like, I'm gonna remember this forever, type shit, you know? And it was crazy. Like, the next day, this was like, all right, we're going. I'll get the rental, woo, and we're gonna go. We're gonna see if you're really about that shit. Because he was always like, like, you're okay, like, you know what I mean? Like, my dad, like, it's crazy. Like, you know, I would show him some shit, and, like, he was never really too impressed with it, you know what I mean? Like, and I respect that though, because I like honesty, you know what I mean? But I've also, like, as time goes by, I realized that, like, not everybody is into the same shit, you know what I mean? Like, everybody, you can't please everybody, you know?
Especially where they came from. I mean, rap was probably not.
They're like, what the fuck is this shit? Like, hibbity hoopla type shit, like, you know? Like, but point blank, we go out to LA. This event is off Sunset Boulevard. Sunset Boulevard, very known place in LA, you know. I get there, bro. All I see is palm trees. I'm thinking about, like, damn, I'm really in LA right now.
I'm about LA feeling.
Yeah, like I'm really in LA right now doing this and shit. And we get to the event, and I'm looking around, and I see nothing but older people. You know what I mean? Like, as in, like, I'm 17, and the people I'm contesting with are just people in that event. Everyone gotta look at least like 21 up, you know what I mean, or 25. Like, you know what I mean? I could tell I was the youngest one there. Okay. Like, I could tell. Like, there was no question about it. Like, you know what I mean? I'm looking around, and I'm like, damn, like, there's no one my age here. Like, everyone really look older. So point blank, you know, that event was one of the dopest experiences of my life, because it was like everyone was a hip hop head there. Okay. And everyone, and it was like you would meet not just artists, but fucking b-boys, like breakdancers and shit. You would meet the graffiti artists, DJs, fucking event fucking coordinate promoters. Like, that whole event was just super dope. Like, I'm hella mad that they're not a thing no more, because they were doing that annually, but I don't know what happened. But point blank, my audition time came for the cypher, and I just remember that I impressed the judges.
Okay.
And it was crazy because one of the judges that was judging my audition was Avi from the same city I'm from. Never met each other. We're both from Roanoke Park, but we didn't even meet until we got to LA. So that was a whole crazy ass, like, we always talk about that shit all the time, you know, like, you know, basically like the law of attraction for real. You know what I mean? And it's just like when you chasing or going towards something and another person has similar goals or visions, like, that's why I say, like, a lot of people be like, shit, I see you at the top. And that shit really, like, you know, I never took that as like like, what you see you at the top. Like, I just know what that means. It's all that means is like, keep working, bro. I know our paths are gonna cross one day. You know what I mean? Because if you working, I'm working, we both staying on top of our shit, then it's inevitable for our
eventually
it's gonna happen. You know what I mean? So I thought that was really dope. And I auditioned. I didn't make it to like the finals and shit. But I remember after my audition, I had so much people come up to me and be like, bro, you gonna be so raw one day.
Oh shit.
So like, that to me just meant a lot. And I feel like even though I didn't win, you know, cause it's crazy. My dad just literally dropped me off too. It's not like that fool was like on some like, you know what I mean? He was just chilling at the hotel. Like he went, dropped us off, went back to the hotel. And I was like, just call me whenever y'all need to get picked up type shit. You know, just being super cool ass dad. And you know, he's like, so did you win? But you know, he's saying it more like nigga, like, you better have one. You know. And I'm like, nah, I didn't. He's like, so how you feel? And I was like, on some real shit, I thought I'd be upset, but like, no, like, I'm walking away from this like just hella grateful for this whole experience. Like, this is dope.
Good
like
experience, a lot of
this
love.
is some shit that when I'm going back to high school, this is all I'm gonna be talking about on the first day of school. Type, cause this was like over the summer of like type shit, you know? Junior year, I believe. I forget what year. It was like somewhere 2015, 16, somewhere around there.
You went back to high school right after that, and
And I'm telling, but like, I'm getting back into town, and I'm telling motherfuckers, you know, because like me, I've always considered myself to be like that person that like I'm hella cool, easy to get along with. I don't be about that drama shit for real. If anything, I've always been that motherfucker that just want to connect dots and just being open to hella shit. You know what I mean? I feel like the more open you are, more opportunities, you know, and more I like that kind of like, how can I explain it? Like, sometimes I like meeting or putting myself in, you know, different environments, different crowds of people and shit like that. So like, I'm more seasoned on like how people think and how people are, you know what I mean? Like, I like, you know what I mean? Like venturing out into, you know, having conversations that spark, you know, like oh, okay, that's how you think, you know what I mean? Like, that's crazy. I would have never seen it like that, you know what I mean? Like, and I feel like that's a really dope like way of just going about like how can I explain it? Like, when you want to try new shit, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like it's a good way to look at it.
I think you learn your experience. I mean, I seen your, you know, since I heard about you, like I seen your pad, I seen, you know, kind of like your movement, and you know, you kind of link yourself with a lot of people, but you don't change the way you are when you have different people around you. I think it's like you have that confidence on you that just shows on, you know, whether it's your Instagram, in person. Like, I feel like we get the same person on Instagram and in here.
I appreciate that, bro. I appreciate that for real. I really do. Yeah, man. Like, anyone that really know me, bro, like, I really like, I try to look out for people. And, you know, like, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, you know, nobody perfect, man. You know what I mean? Like, we all got flaws. We all go through shit. You know, there's people, experiences, certain times in my life where I'm not at the level of maturity and just like right now at this point in my life, like, all I really want to do, bro, is keep making dope music, keep being creative, and just, you know what I mean, like, really just tackle every opportunity that comes in my way. Because, you know, back then when I was younger, like, you know, I wasn't always so fortunate to this way of thinking, don't get me wrong, you know what I mean? Like, you know, motherfuckers be naive and shit when we're growing up, and I just feel like it takes it takes a lot of self-reflection to just kind of sit there and be like, do I want to be great in life, or do I always just want to stay the same? You know what I mean? And like, I used to be that motherfucker where like, nah, I'm not gonna do this shit my way, and you know what I mean? Woo, woo, but like, that's ego. You know what I mean? And like, sometimes you gotta be open to have change in your mind, have change of your heart, have change in everything. You know what I mean?
Life is just gonna throw change at you.
Through changes, that's all it is, bro. We keep changing. We can't stay the same. So it's just like, that's some shit. You know what I mean? That's some shit that I've like just kind of applied in my life. That it's like, you know, it's not. We ain't always gonna be the same.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, life's gonna throw that change, whether you take it or you get stuck on your same way, and
for sure.
You know, but let's talk about your music. I mean, you've been, so since young you've been doing music.
Yeah, man.
Where you at now?
So music now, I got an album I dropped on my birthday this year called Piñata. Yeah, that's the Piñata album, man. Super dope. I fell in love with making that album because there was no rush to it. Like, and it's crazy. Like, I'm gonna break down why I called it Piñata and everything, but like, a cool little fact about that album is that album, there was no like, what do you call it? Like, there was no like a date to finish it by. You know what I mean? Like, there was no like, okay, this is the day, this shit gotta be done, and you know, cause a lot of artists like nowadays, like a lot of, you know, big artists at least, you know what I mean, like dropping albums and shit, like Drake and all that shit. Like, these fools are like, you know, this shit's like months ahead. They're planning drops and shit like that. You know what I mean? And like, or planning like just when to just drop certain projects, however type shit. But like with this one, I told my manager, I was like, I don't want to drop a project until it feels right. Yeah. Because from the last project, which was Courtesy Favors before Piñata, I felt like, you know, I don't know. I mean, it depends. Like some rappers, artists, however the fuck you want to see it, like when they drop their first project, you know, some motherfuckers like, you know, went out of here. It was the, you know, some of their greatest work. But me personally, I feel like when I dropped my first album, I was still trying to figure it out. Okay. You know what I mean? I was still trying to figure out my sound and like how I want to go about the music and shit. Yep. This time with Piñata, it was more about just like, man, fuck everything else. Just every song gotta feel right to me. Just natural. Yeah, like so it gotta feel right to me. Yeah. No rush. I don't want no expectations. Yeah. I don't even want like it's supposed to sound like this, it's supposed to sound like that. Okay. So the whole reason I called it Piñata, because obviously a Piñata, you got a mix of candy in there. You got hella different types of candy in there. Yeah. So that's what the album was about. Like, it was just kind of like, hey, you don't know what you're gonna get. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, every track was a different candy. Like, you know what I mean? So a quick breakdown of all that candy. Like, what is it that you got on that Piñata? Love songs, party songs, club songs. So yeah, we got reggaeton in there. Okay. Which is like definitely something new and something I wanted to experiment with. I have, you know, the melodic, like super like wavy, but then I got like melodic, let me talk my shit type raps. You know what I mean? I got a house fucking record up on there. It's like a reggaeton, and then it switches to like a house type vibe with my boy Too Deep. Shout out Too Deep from LA. And yeah, like I got like just the bilingual, you know, I got bilingual songs on there. I got songs Spanish, that are all English. Spanish on there. I got Dembow in there, which is like, you know, like shout out, you know, República Dominicana, all that shit, you know what I mean? And the originators right there. Yeah, exactly. Like Los Racas, they actually from Panama. Okay. You know, they're Panamanian. No, you good. But they, you know, being around them, super influential to me. Like, I love being around them motherfuckers, bro. Like, them my brothers for real. Like, they showed me like different ways of listening to, you know, when they play the reggaeton beats and like, you know, just definitely I think that's the first album that
kind of introduced me to Nemz.
Yeah.
And then from there, I went back to you know, the previous song, and I think you know, I saw that big link with D-Lo.
Yeah, man. Shout out D-Lo.
I think I don't think you can skip an interview
without talking about that. Yeah, right? I gotta talk about him, right? That's my guy, bro. So basically, the deal with D-Lo, I met him through my manager TB. He DM'd me one day. It was crazy. I didn't even know who TB was either. Yeah. So I met them both.
Okay.
But I was hit up by TB, which is you know, his manager.
Yep.
And point blank, yeah, like he hit me up on a DM and he was like, yo, I'm a fan of your music. I like, you know, what you do. You should come to the studio one time and come record a record with D-Lo.
Okay.
And you know, me being who I am, around those times at least, this is like after high school. This is like, I want to say 2018.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like the ending of it though, like probably getting into 2019 type shit. He DMs me, and I ain't gonna lie, I was skeptical about it. You know what I mean? Because I check his profile. I don't see a picture of him,
yeah.
So I don't even know who's hitting me, right?
Yeah.
And then like I see the D-Lo cover arts and shit like that,
yeah.
like you know what I mean? But like I was just like, like,
yeah, no, I mean,
this could just be anybody, you know what I mean? Like I was just like, this could be a spam account trying to like put the play on me or some shit. Yeah. I don't know, cause like, you know, I've never been that motherfucker that, you know, I got, you know what I mean? But
that could
like,
be your ex setting you up,
man. Hey man, I'm not. We ain't gonna talk about that. But man, I was just skeptical at first. You know what I mean? I feel like how anybody would be really. But my gut was telling me like go through with it.
Yeah.
But like at the time, bro, you know, like to this day, I try to keep it at a bare minimum. But back then, anything and everything, I was posting about it that I'm doing. Like anything I'm doing and everything I'm doing, I'm posting about it.
Yeah.
So like literally, like I'm about to go to the studio, I'm posting about it.
Yeah.
I'm posting about it.
Yeah.
So that DM, right? And I posted the DM on my story and shit, and I made a poll about it. I'm like, hey, y'all think Nemz and D-Lo should make a song together type shit? Like, would y'all fuck with this record? Like, swipe up, let me know what's up, you know? And you know, I even asked a couple homies and shit that I knew already had worked with D-Lo.
Okay.
My boy Mac, shout out Mac Mojado. He had already worked with him once, and he was like, yeah, D-Lo hella dope. He cool, man. That would be dope. I'm like, that's what's up. At least someone I'm close with,
yeah,
like,
you know, they
vouching,
that.
You know? But when I posted that poll, somebody replied to the story. I'm not gonna say who, but they talking about, hey, like, be careful with that investment because I heard he's bad with business type shit.
Okay.
I think he even said like he's bad with business, like almost saying it like if he had a bad experience, you know. But I don't know. I've never even hollered at him about that ever. But point blank, I was like, like, you know what I mean? Like what you mean he do bad business? Like, you know? And then I ain't gonna lie, like I said, like I never got into him. I never even asked him why he said that, or you know what I mean? Like I kind of just left it at that.
Yeah.
I don't even think I hit bruh back. But my gut, bro, was just telling me go through with it, like, cause I was already slapping no ho. I was already slapping you play me ho. You know what I mean? Like I was already into all that Bay Area scene. Like I was already slapping. It's crazy, bro. Like the level of friendship we got now, and like to sit there and say like, bro, I used to slap you before I even knew you. Like I never knew I was gonna end up being your homie. You know.
Yeah. I seen interviews. Crazy. I mean, he talks about you too. Like, you know, hey, like that's my little bro. Like he definitely talks about you too on the same level. So
yeah, I literally hit him up we was just talking today about some shit. But yeah, bro. So point blank, I go through with it. I go all the way to Emeryville with my boy Strings at the time, who he was making all my beats at the time.
Yeah.
Shout out Strings. We drive up to Emeryville. We pull up to the Grill Recording Studios, which is a fucking legendary spot. a lot of fucking crazy artists have walked through that studios and recorded, like Thug, Kodak, Burner, Fab. Anybody around the Bay or needs a spot to record, you know, they went to the Grill. Before there was Empire, before all that, like that was the one spot. For real.
Yeah.
And Point Blank, we had gone, and the first time it was something about like D-Lo had came and we had got introduced to D-Lo, but something was going on in the studio or something where when we were trying to go in, D-Lo's like, oh no, bro, I got such and such in there, I don't think today's really the time. So the whole drive was for nothing, right? I'm like, damn.
I kind of got you on that.
You know what I mean? So then he hits me up again. He's like, my bad for all that. This time it's for sure good. And we pull up. We pull back up to the Grill on a different occasion. And my manager comes outside. He comes and gets me. You know, it's like the first time me even meeting him type shit. And I just remember walking into the A room, which is like the biggest room at the Grill, right? Like they got the whole big old mixing board and big old fucking speakers, bro. Like it's like an industry studio, you know what I mean? Like the shit that you would see like in the movies, you know what I mean? Like some straight out of Compton shit, you know? And I had never been in a studio like that. Was like my first time in a big ass studio like that. So I'm like, bro, I swear to God, I felt like a kid in the candy store. Like, you know what I mean? I was just like, what? Like,
this is
dope, bro. You know? And a lot of people don't even know that though. That was my first time in a real big like industry studio. And Point Blank, it was crazy because that fool didn't even really like my music at first. I feel like it's crazy. I tell everyone that shit too. Like,
so your manager,
I don't think he was a fan of. Yeah, my manager was the fan of my music. He's trying to get D-Lo to be like, hey, this nigga hella dope, right? And like they had showed him my shit, and he was like, it was cool. Like he said, it's cool. You know, he wasn't really like too drawn to it type shit. But then I had this one record called "Won't Leave Me Alone."
Okay.
And they show him this. My manager claims he had been showed him the record and he just had a change of heart where like later on he ended up liking it type shit. But I showed him the record and that fool's like, this shit slap. Like, let me get on that type shit, you know? So my manager put that together. It's crazy. The original, I had a version of that song where it had like a other artist that's from out here type shit. I don't know if Brett still do music or not, but Point Blank, my manager heard the record and was like, yo, like we gotta re-release this, like, you know what I mean, and we gotta put D-Lo on there. And Point Blank, that's what I did.
That's the beginning of the story.
I mean? That's what I did. And it's been history ever since, bro. We did 1 million on that, about to hit 2 million views. We done been in tours together, bro. We done rocked hella sold out shows, like countless studio sessions, bro. Like, it's crazy, bro.
Were you there when Drake brought him out?
When who?
Drake. Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah, when Drake came to the fucking, I forgot what stadium he came to, and he brought him out. Could have been Levi Stadium. D-Lo
recently?
Came out. Nah, I think it was like last year.
Last year? I don't think so.
Nah,
probably not him.
Yeah.
I know Future brought him out this year. Future brought him out, and who else brought him out? I know Jeezy. Oh no, I'm not Jeezy. YG. He got brought out by YG and like Future, and G-Eazy.
Okay.
This year. He's been going crazy this year. I ain't gonna lie. He's about to drop an album.
Yeah.
He telling me,
Yeah, I seen him working too. That song with Young Junior, I like that song.
Yeah. On Babies?
Yeah, that shit was dope.
Shout out Young Junior.
I was glad he got into that.
I'm a fan of his shit too.
Yeah, Young Junior's. Yeah, it goes crazy. Oh, that's dope, man. That's so you got this Piñata out already.
Yes.
You gonna ride that for a little bit, and then, or what you got coming up next?
Man, this next album is
because now you're into Spanish, hip hop, and that's the thing with you. You can do I mean, I see you now do Spanish, reggaeton.
Yeah, so let's, like, I want to dive a little into that. So with the whole Spanish, right? Like how you said, the reggaeton, especially, that's kind of been my life lately. Like, I've been trying to be involved more in just that whole Latin side out here.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because it is out here, which is crazy. Because I didn't know it really was how I expected it would be. Is not how it was when I be pulling up to these Latin events. Like, man, it's cracking. Like, it's fucking popping, bro. Like, I would go to hip hop events and, you know, be in a room full of, you know, niggas, you know what I mean?
And it's a different vibe,
room full of guys and shit, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, like, but you go to a reggaeton fucking event, bro, I swear to God, there's nothing but
females
girls everywhere, bro. Like, really, like, you would turn around and just be like, damn, like,
females
hella females, like, what? Like, and quickly, like, you know, me, motherfucker, you feel me? I was just like, shit, like, I'm trying to fight, like, what's up with this reggaeton shit, man? Like, you know what I mean? And, the whole last year, I had a record called Hasta bajo that I did with Rakadun, bringing him up again. And it was super dope. When we made that record, we both kind of just looked at each other and were like, damn, this shit's about to go up. Like, it was just that good feeling like, yo, like, we really got one right here.
Yeah.
And
I'm gonna tell you a little secret. I got that song before it dropped.
Really?
Yeah.
How?
I got sources.
This is that I got sources. That's crazy. Bro.
I got maybe that one, another one that you got, and you know, I mean, I know how it is with the music, and I'm a big fan of music. Like that's you can call me every nickname, but fan is my first one.
Yeah.
And man, I heard that song, and I knew, I was like, man, this shit's
crazy.
Slapping.
Yeah, man. Like I psyched myself out when I made that song, cause I ain't never even try to approach a song in that style or just in, you know, in that manner. And that record was wild to me because literally all last year, that's the only, I mean, I was pushing, Piñata only dropped this year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But all last year, all I was pushing was Hasta bajo.
You dropped Hasta bajo first, and
I dropped Hasta bajo first, and I put it on the album later on.
That thing was on the clubs. That thing was on the
like radio club. We got brought out by Too Short and Rosarito because of that song.
Okay.
The song is doing so good out here in the Bay Area that, you know, basically, my manager, you know, he pulled some strings and somehow ends up telling the word to, you know, Too Short and his people about, hey, there's this kid out there in the Bay right now going crazy type shit. Like, and he's Too Short. Last year was like a headlining performance at Papas and Beer.
Okay,
that's in Rosarito, Mexico. Yeah. So they're telling him like, hey, bro, out here in the Bay with a crazy Spanish, you feel me? Like, he got that crazy Spanish record right now. Like, that's a good look, you know what I mean?
People gone.
And shout out fucking Too Short, man. He brought me out, and that was like, for sure, top 5 greatest moments of my life. That was the biggest crowd I ever rocked.
Not bad. I mean, that's a big.
Like, the feeling of being on a stage like that, like, it's just insane, bro. Like, to this day, like, I just be like, damn, like, we accomplished so much great things, but like, it doesn't stop. Like, you know what I mean? Like, shout out Nipsey Hussle for real, bro. Like, the marathon continues. You know what I mean? Like, we gotta keep at it. You know what I mean?
That's the key, I think. Consistency. So that's like probably one of many shows.
Yeah, and I feel like on some real shit, you know, I feel like the way I think, like, I'm very like an optimist. So like, every day I'm waking up, bro. Like, that's what I have in my head. Like, you know, every day is a new opportunity. Like, and every day is a new day for you to be better than you were yesterday.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So definitely. Like, the mindset is that you know, you could always get better at something.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you can't be complacent. You can't be like, oh, this is it, and this is what, you know. I'm fine with this little trophy. Like, nah. I
think there's a bigger one.
Man, there's two. Man.
So talking about the bigger one, is there a record on the way with Too Short or?
Nah, man. I'm away. I feel like I still need to put my work in before I could, you know what I mean? Like, even feel like I deserve a Too Short verse. You know what I mean? I feel like there's a lot of more trench work that needs to be done. But to be recognized by him and to be brought out by him, and just to, you know, just simply that favor to me, like that meant the world, bro. Because that to me is all the motivation I need to, you know, like how I was saying earlier, like, you know, I'll see you at the top.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I know that path is gonna cross one day.
Yeah.
Hopefully, you know, by the time my day comes, he's not done doing music. You know what I mean? Because Too Short been in this shit for a minute, bro.
He's never gonna be done. I mean,
I don't think so either. You know what I mean? But yeah, man. Like, I feel like there's not a time limit with any of the goals I've achieved in my life.
Right.
And I feel like that's why a lot of people get frustrated, or some people quit, or some people just think negative about their goals and dreams and shit, because it's pressure when you put a time limit on it.
Yeah, they just want it right away. I mean, I think now with social media and everything,
and
it's
I think if you really want something, you're not supposed to even think about how long or whatever, because if you love something, it's unconditional. Don't rush it. When I love something, you know, I be invested too much type shit, like, and I love music, so it's like I'm not gonna give up on music, because if music ain't gonna give up on me, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But what was you saying?
How old are you now?
I'm 25.
Oh man, you're a kid. You got a whole many years.
I'm a kid.
Yeah, you got a long way to go.
How old are you, bro?
Man, I'm a
he pro. Said, man, what you mean, bro?
How old do you think I am?
You like 30, 31.
Oh, come on.
No.
Man, I'm close to the 40.
No, okay, you like 38.
Yeah. Nah, yeah, man, but we're not gonna talk about that age, you know. That's so
moving along.
So who's your top 5 that you would say, like, I need a record from this guy? Spanish and English, like hip hop.
Like, who do I want to work with?
Yeah, who do you want to work with?
Damn. Shit.
At least people that are hot right now.
Right now? Okay.
Peso Pluma.
Are we doing Spanish and English, or all together?
All together. Let's throw them all together.
My top 5. Damn. Okay. This is gonna sound hella cliche, but Drake.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, I just gotta get that out the way. Like, I need a record with him.
Goat.
Sesh.
Okay.
You know Sesh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, he's very gifted. He's talented as fuck. I need a song with Lil Wayne.
Oh,
it's crazy, isn't it? You know what I mean? Drake, Lil Wayne. Like, bro, I'm telling you, that's what I was listening to. So it's just like Lil Wayne, Drake, Sesh. Shit, give me a song with Anuel.
Okay.
Anuel's hard.
Yeah.
I fuck with his shit.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna just shout out a female, because I listen to female artists, and I feel like a female should be deserving of my top 5 spot. But I'm gonna go ahead and say Rihanna.
Okay.
I've always loved Rihanna features. You know what I mean? Like Bryson Tiller, Rihanna, fire track.
Yeah.
Fucking Drake, Rihanna, fire track.
Fire.
Rihanna's just been cold always to me.
No,
I feel like Rihanna and Nemz would go crazy.
Yeah, there you go.
No disrespect to ASAP, you feel me? But I need a record with your girl, bro.
Yeah,
you know
there you go. And you see, I see on the top. It means that, you know.
Yeah, you know what I mean. I heard she's really hard to get on a song though. I heard Rihanna is not like the easiest artist to have on your.
I mean, on your record. If you look at her features, there's just not that many, unless it's a Drake.
Man, it's crazy. I don't got Kanye up there, bro. I feel like that's an honorable mention.
Is it?
Yeah.
I mean, you would take you would look past all the craziness and just
for sure.
Yeah,
for sure. Because like I said, music is music, and he is fucking a genius when it comes to it.
No, I see that.
Honestly, you know,
you can see that. Like if you see social media, you see an image of Kanye that they want you to see. You see the documentary that he put together. It's
and I feel
real.
like I'm gonna say it like this. I don't, you know, like I don't really watch the news or like TV and like, and when I'm on the gram and I see certain shit, like even then, like I don't.
It's like not interested.
I don't fall for all that fake headline shit for real. Yeah. So like, I always like, man, I'm gonna leave it up to God for you know, for your judgment. You know what I mean? I never like. When I meet you, it's like, just know, like, I'm not judging because I wouldn't want no one to judge me.
Yeah, no, I mean,
you know what I mean? I think that's with all the humility in my heart, bro. Like, you know what I mean? I treat a homeless man the same way I treat a rich man. Yeah. Like, it's just, you know what I mean? Like, everybody got their own shit that they dealing with going on.
Don't fall for social media. It's never real.
And I think it's fucked up that exactly social media can paint a picture for people, and you know,
you
might not even, you know what I mean? Like it's
like,
how you gonna let another human being say who you are or how you is? Nobody knows themselves more than themselves.
Right. Yep. Behind that screen, it's
everybody got potential, bro. You just gotta spark up that mind. You know what I mean? Like, not on something. I mean, enlightenment for sure, but not on no like, just you know, like I've always said it, bro. Just be real. You know, be solid. You know, and just kind of like always want better for your people.
Yeah.
And spread that love and shit. You know what I mean? Like, shit. Like, bro, on some real shit, I'm really chill as fuck, fool. Like, I show major love. Like, if it's love, it's love. You know what I mean?
No, and I seen it. You know what? Personally, like, I think you and me know a few people that, you know, I mean, one, they introduced us to each other. And the first time I met you, when you came to the studio here, like, it was just, you know, I can see, like, real, you know, I don't know you that well, but, like, from what I know, man, I can see like you're real. And then, you know, from people told me and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I see it. So, but you know, I appreciate that. You know, you keep that real even after, you know, you had success with, you know, your records, with people, you know, that are shouting you out, like all that. I mean, all that can get to somebody's head, and I think you just been on the same level. So that's dope. But back to the music. You didn't mention like no Peso Pluma, no Fuerza Regida, like you fight with corridos.
I do, man. I do. And it's crazy because when I'm in Pachuca, like over there from where my dad at, because, you know, like usually when I do go to Mexico, like I do, you know, we visit El Distrito and shit.
Yeah.
You know, family members and my mom got out there. But mostly when I go to Mexico, I go to Pachuca. Okay. And like, all of it is banda, corridos, and all kinds of shit. Hell yeah, I fuck with it. I just feel like it's more of like I'll listen to it, but like I'm not like super like.
You feel like your energy is just like
that's not where my heart at.
Yeah, okay.
You know, like I like it. Don't get me wrong, I like it. I won't like. I'm not those motherfuckers that I know people that can't even listen to that shit. Yeah. They're like, turn that shit off. Like I'm like, bruh, like what?
Yeah, no, it's you know music. What I mean? Yeah,
it's just music. Exactly, it's music, and it's different. But you know, it's just not like. I don't think I'd get into that. Like, I mean, I'm not even gonna sit here and say that, bro. I fucked around, did reggaeton.
Yeah.
Like I done them banda. Like I probably will do a fucking banda record one day. I don't like know. If I'm just sitting there bored on some shit, I'm really sitting there like I've done everything I could think of. Fuck it, you know.
Do like a corrido tumbado.
Yeah.
Never
That'd
know.
be hard, like some like
with Macy.
Just live shit, but on some hip hop banda shit. Though.
Yeah.
Like how Burner kind of did
it right, yeah, that one right there. Or like Snoop Dogg.
And Snoop Dogg too, right?
Yeah, Banda MS
did
shit
that. Like that. Even Filthy, bruh.
Yeah.
Filthy did some shit out here with
right.
What's bruh name, fool?
Yeah, he did that
Danny. I don't know, you know him.
I seen the video and I seen the song. You know, I'm a big Filthy fan, so it's I seen that one, and man.
And I was just like, that's pretty dope, bro. Like the fact that we out here just, you know, like the music, the sound and shit, it's all changing and shit.
Yeah,
like,
it's all merging together. But I think
it's like that's dope though to me, because it's like, hey, you know, people sitting there really just like, let's do this instead. Yeah. We know we can make 1,000 of these songs, but
we may see Nemz corrido or banda track right there.
Maybe one day.
But man, I wish we had more time. You know, I think there's a lot to talk about, but I do appreciate you coming by.
For sure.
It's the Lab podcast. You know, definitely. This is one of the dope podcasts we had.
Shout out Labworks, man. You know
there
what I mean?
It is.
Fresh like H2O out here.
Get your water.
Get your water, man. You know what I mean?
Stay hydrated. But where can they find you? Shout out your your social media.
I'm at Who Nemz. That's WHONEMZ. Who Nemz on every social platform.
Okay. And then that latest track you had, latest album's Piñata. Go stream that.
Yeah, go stream that ASAP, man. Go show everybody that shit.
Go toward that Hasta bajo song. Make sure you send them that video.
Yes. It's you play Hasta bajo with the ladies, they gonna love it. I promise.
There you go. Even at your mama's house. I appreciate you, man. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, bro. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. It's all good.
Right.
So I appreciate you for having me, bro.
All right, man. Thank you. And we out.
No quiere romance, solo quiere darle hasta abajo. No quiere romance. She just wanna fuck me for the clout, for the clout, for the clout, for the clout, clout, for the clout, for the clout, for the clout, clout, for the clout.
I just got a big bag. Tell them that I got my lick back. Put up with a brand new fit. Tell them that I got my lick back. I know that they wanna see me doing bad. Tell them that I got my lick back.